Section 1 of the blanket, and I wanted to talk you through the sections so that you can easily knit it up without having to count too much. So section 1 is a very simple, it's only made out of knit and purl stitches, which is why I'm not making like a stitch tutorial where you can see me make every stitch, because it's just knits and purls. But I wanted to break it down so that it's easier for you. So you're going to start by casting on your stitches, and then you have 4 rows of seed stitch, which are just alternating knit and purl stitches, and you're going to alternate them as to not make ribbing, basically. So alternate them, also offset them on the next row. Then you have well, before I say that, first on the sides you have 6 stitches that are always going to be knit. Gonna knit them every row so that you get like a garter stitch edge, and we're going to do this throughout the whole blanket, so we have like a nice common edge to all the sections. So I like to use a stitch marker, which for some reason I removed here, just to help me keep track of where I'm at and like those 6 stitches, and then know I'm starting my actual like repeats or anything after that. Now on the first stitch, to get like a pretty edge or like a prettier edge, I like to slip my first stitch purlwise, so I get this nice edge that I have like on both ends. This helps me have like a neater edge and a prettier edge than if I would like knit that first stitch, which gives you like, for garter stitch, gives you a bit of a bubbles that I don't really like. It's also making it easier to, when I'm gonna block it, basically, because my garter stitch tends to be tighter than my stockinette. You can see it here already. This section is like tightening up, so when I'm gonna block, it's gonna be easier to block it out with that edge rather than a classic like just knit stitch edge. Then I have my 4 rows of seed stitch, then I have 4 rows of simple stockinette, and then I have my diamond repeat. On the first row of that diamond repeat is the only actual row where I had to count my stitches. So you're going to knit 3 stitches, and then you're going to make that purl bump, knit 5 stitches, purl, and repeat that across. So we have like a 6 stitch repeat, and then we end with 1 extra stitch like to finish off the diamond shape at the end. So there's going to be a final knit 1 at the end. But by doing this and counting on the first row, on the next one, you can just work the purl bumps according to where you have that first one on each side of them, and like work that way through every row, and then going backwards like to the inside. And this way you don't really need to count your stitches. You can just look at where you made the previous bump and do that accordingly. Now when you're working on the wrong side, it is way harder to see. So this is where I like to do what I call reverse knitting. I'll make a specific reverse knitting tutorial for this crochet along, so you can learn that technique, where basically I am both knitting and doing the right side and the wrong side, sorry, by looking at this side so that I can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to do a few rows of stockinette again to finish off the section.